Woo! What's going on, guys? Orms Forum coming at you guys again today with I'm gonna do a video on San Francisco 49ers draft grade. I'm still doing these draft grades. I was gonna stop, but you know what? I'm gonna try to run through the whole NFL. I might as well. Like I said, it's been kind of slow in the NFL news. Even though Cam Newton got signed yesterday by the New England Patriots, but I'm just gonna hit on these draft grades a bit, and then I'm gonna start talking about some Lions football down the road. But right now, before I start, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button. It's free. It's free. Smash the like button. Hit that bell notifications for all the videos that I try to come at you guys with. But let's get down to some business, and let's take a look at what the San Francisco 49ers did in the draft. San Francisco 49ers had the 14th overall pick. They took, for the first round, they took Javon Kinlaw, the defensive tackle out of South Carolina. Beast of a kid, 6'6", 320. I gave this kid a first round grade. Obviously, he's a stud. Like I said, beast of a man with extremely long arms. Like, he's got big arms, long. Off the chart quickness for a 300-pounder. He's got an unstoppable motor. He's very relentless trying to get to the quarterback or to the running back. This kid lives in the backfield, okay? Great strength and power. He's able to eat up double teams. You really like this kid as a defensive tackle. But he's got some negatives. He just needs to add to his pass rush a bit. He's a little bit one-dimensional, relies on his athleticism a little bit too much, and his effort. So he just needs to add to his repertoire there. He'll play out of control at times because, like I said, he's got a high motor, and he over pursues at times, especially in the run game. He'll whiff on some tackles, but he's still getting there. But he just needs to control himself just a tad. Be more disciplined. 93 tackles, 10.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 10 batted balls over 3 years as a Gamecock. So the 49ers got himself a good one. They already added to a great D-line. San Fran loves to add to their D-line. They'll be with Bosa, Armstead, and Ford there. So they'll have another good body to add to that D-line. Next pick. They still stuck in the first. They made a trade. Brandon Ayuk, the wide receiver out of Arizona State. 6 foot, 200-pounder. Fast and physical, with another guy with an insane, crazy wingspan. Probably like the longest wingspan in the draft for his body type. His running after the catch was second to none. He was the best in college football last year with the ball in his hands. Very shifty with the ball in his hands. Runs like a running back. He's just got a lot of good moves. He's always trying to gain yards. He's never going to shy away from contact either. Plays bigger than he is, and also very valuable as a returner in the college game. So he can take that to the next level and hopefully be a returner for the 49ers. But he's a bit raw. He had a limited route tree in college. Failed the physical too, so medicals could be an issue down the road with him. But other than that, he's a really good football player. 98 catches, 1,666 yards, 17 yards per catch, and 11 touchdowns in his. I think he only played a couple years at Arizona State, so he's a good football player. Then they didn't have a draft pick until the 5th round, and I'll explain that a little bit later on when I'm done. They took in the 5th round. They took Colton McKivitz, the offensive lineman, O lineman from West Virginia. Big kid, 6'7", 315, 320. I gave this kid about a 6th or 7th round grade. They grabbed him in the 5th. He's a dog on the field, though. He plays beyond the whistle, so he's always going to try and hurt you. He's always going to try and put you on your backside, no matter what. Very heavy-handed. He does have trouble anchoring at times, and he plays a bit upright. He needs to develop that. He could get moved to guard, though, for the 49ers before learning the nuances of being an NFL offensive tackle. So he's capable of moving to offensive guard or playing offensive tackle. So he's decent depth, man. He's a good depth guy right off the bat. Could be that swing tackle that San Fran would would absolutely love, right? So then they went out and they took Charlie Werner, the tight end out of Georgia, okay? 6'5", 250, 255, whatever he is. He's a blocking tight end. That's it. That's all I got on this guy. Sorry, guys. There's really nothing you can say about him except that he's a blocking tight end. That's all he is. 34 catches, 376 yards, and 1 touchdown in 4 years as a Bulldog. So he's a guy that's strictly going to run, block for you. He was a run block. He was a run blocking tight end in a heavy Georgia offense, heavy run system offense. So that's what you're getting from him. You're not getting anything else but that. So we'll see what goes on there. Now doesn't mean he's a bad football player. Just that it took him in the 6th. So you know what I mean. He's a good run blocking tight end. Then they went out in the 7th round. They took Juwan Jennings, the wide receiver out of Tennessee. He's a volunteer. 6'3", 205, 210. I gave this kid about a 5th round grade, like a late 5th round grade. They took him in the 7th, so that's a pretty solid draft pick in my opinion. Extremely physical wide receiver, always looks to hit. It's very rare that you see that as a wide receiver. They're usually the divas on the field, and they don't really like to hit. But this kid looks to hit with the ball in his hands or without the ball in his hands. It doesn't matter. This kid's always looking to put someone out. So you like that. He's not afraid to go over the middle. He's a big target and a really good catch radius. Another guy with really long arms. Solid blocker, like I said, all that. Not the fastest kid out there. He's kind of stiff. Not a great route runner. So he'll be a development player that will probably excel on special teams right away. He'll be a guy that coaches love because of his physicality. So that's what he's going to be. He's going to be a special teamer before anything else. 146 catches, 2,153 yards, and 18 touchdowns over 5 years, man. He played 5 years in college, so he's probably 24, 25 as well. So who knows, right? But it's a pretty good pick. It's a pretty good pick. Now, they had a really good draft. That was their last pick. I'm going to give these guys a B+. I'm going to give them a B+. Why I'm giving them a B+? Because they only had 5 picks. They went out and they acquired Trent Williams, the offensive tackle, the left tackle from the Washington Redskins. Gave up a few mid-round picks to get him. This kid's a 31-year-old left tackle who's been a Pro Bowl, All-Pro. He is 31 years old, though. He hasn't played football in a couple of years, but he's a perennial stud left tackle. So they went out and they made some moves, and I probably, for their actual draft, I probably would have given him maybe a little bit less. Maybe I would have given him like a B-, maybe even a C+, possibly. But acquiring Trent Williams upped it to about a B+ now. I don't usually do that, but that's okay, because they got themselves a hell of a left tackle. So that's what I'm giving the San Francisco 49ers, guys. I'm giving them a B+. Trent Williams upped your draft a little bit because your draft wasn't overly all special, but acquiring a perennial All-Pro as your left tackle really will help Jimmy Garoppolo. So that's what you guys are getting, guys. So hopefully I can come at you guys with some more videos. It's kind of a quick one because there wasn't a lot of guys in the draft for the 49ers, but don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if it's free, and smash that bell for the notifications. All right, guys, take it easy. Boom.